All right. Hey, brother. What's going on?
What's going on, my boy?
Oh,
Welcome.
man.
I'm
This
excited
is
to be
great.
back, man.
Yeah, man. Great and long overdue. So this is right now a live recording. So for those of you that are joining us right now, let us know in the chat if you can hear us okay. Drop your questions along the way. So we'll make time to get to your questions and things like that. But what you're viewing right now is behind the scenes recording and things like that. But we're here to finish the year off strong and plan for the next year. We got a lot of great stuff to talk about. I'm excited about it. So let's see here. So you
2022 is
guys,
gonna be crazy, man.
22.
2022 is gonna be crazy.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to it too. So I see people. Let us know you can hear us okay. Drop your questions along the way as we dive into it. And
Oh wait, wrong way.
let me get in the zone here because I like doing those live intros. So I'm like pumping myself up and getting ready. So let's see here. Let me bring this over here.
You guys better ask some questions. You guys better say some stuff in that comment section because you already know the value is gonna be crazy.
Ask the questions, man. All right. Okay, so let me get in the zone, and we are excited for sure. All right. So let me get in the zone here. All right, let's kick things off. Hey, everybody. Brian McCumber here with Tech Money Talks. I am really excited today because we have a returning featured guest on the podcast. It's Alex, AC Hampton, back on the show. Alex is an 8-figure e-commerce entrepreneur who can teach you how to build and scale your online business profitably. Would you like to reach $1,000 day drop shipping? Would you like to reach a $3,000 day drop shipping? Alex has helped hundreds of people launch their drop shipping business, and he can help you too. So if you're looking to find the top products to sell right now, if you're looking how to run Facebook ads easily, if you're looking how to do business in 2022, we're going to talk about all those things. Alex has been consistently delivering value like this on his YouTube channel, and you can actually go there right now and start learning for free. Now, I've interviewed over 100 self-made millionaires, and AC is one of the top 5 most downloaded episodes, and personally, one of my favorites. It's crazy how time flies because I've been following Alex's business journey for a few years, and I could tell you he is one of the most real entrepreneurs, transparent influencers in the business today, and he's consistently growing, and it's just really awesome. And that's why we're going to wrap up the last episode of 2021, and we're going to talk about the future in 2022. And I tell you, time is money, and everyone's looking to get a piece of his time, and I'm so happy to have him on the show today. Alex, thanks for joining us, brother. How's it going?
Hey, thank you for having me back, my boy. I'm excited to be here. Everything is going good here. I'm actually at the new Supreme Ecom headquarters. We got a whole new office over here in Dallas, Texas. Excited to continue to give value to you guys and happy to be back on the show. And thank you so much for welcoming me back.
Yeah, well, that's great, man, for sure. Well, you know what? I would say let's even, go back over the course of the last year. I think it may be about a year since we last talked. And
I think it was like April or May last year, I think, that we talked in 2020.
Yeah, man. So what's happened since then? What's transitioned over the past year in e-commerce?
Man, some crazy stuff. I mean, just for myself personally, I've developed a couple e-commerce brands. I now have 4 e-commerce brands running for me. I now have just a general dropshipping store that I continue to keep scaling and testing products on every day. I've now helped over 85 people last year alone quit their 9-to-5 job. Well, in 2021, I helped over 85 people quit their 9-to-5 job. We generated over $13 million in sales collectively together. And it's just been an amazing year of growth. And seeing everybody grow with me is just something I'm really excited about and continuously creating that generational wealth. 2021 was a crazy year. Do not get me wrong. There are some ups and downs, things that changed with dropshipping, but we continue to keep striving forward, and I'm just blessed to continue to keep going.
Awesome. That's great stuff. And actually, we are recording this live. So for those of you that are able to join us right now, drop your questions in the comments below, and we're going to be sure to answer them towards the end along the way. But man, I tell you, this is great stuff. And I'm already seeing some people asking about TikTok ads. That's something that's new that came about over the last year, I would say. So have you integrated that into your business?
Definitely. So I've integrated it a little bit. So I've scaled a couple of products on TikTok ads. The platform is not 100% in the best favor with the algorithm, basically the same as Facebook. It's not on the same type of database and same type of analytics as Facebook, as it is a growing platform, but it is useful. So I have scaled a couple products on there, but one thing that I am doing with it is with my e-commerce brands, I'm currently basically growing pages for them on TikTok and just cycling organic traffic directly to my website for free. So I've definitely dabbled into running paid advertising on TikTok, but I've also put more time into learning how to get organic traffic from TikTok to come to my brands while just creating up these pages. So that's something I've been working on and continuously trying to get into 2022.
Oh man, that's killer for sure.
But
And
Facebook ads is still God. I'm not gonna lie. Facebook ads is still the God.
Still on there. Yep. Yeah. And that's the really cool thing about drop shipping. And let me know your thoughts about this, because I was talking about this the other day, which was like, someone was asking me, like, I've interviewed so many people, what are some of the common things? And I was like, well, you know what? Everyone has like their own mashup, like their own spin. So there's no like one, right thing that everybody's doing exactly. It feels like everybody has their own spin. So I was curious, like, your thoughts on that. Like, what do you think, even as the students that you're helping, what's working for them, and what are those common things that you see?
Definitely. So for the students that I'm working with, we are putting a majority of our time into Facebook. And the reason why this is just the case is because, one, as a beginner, people want to say, should I do TikTok ads? Should I do Facebook ads? Should I do Google ads? You don't want to be 80% good at every single thing. Like, you just don't. You want to be 100% the best at one and then move on to the next. Now, I do feel confident. Will I ever say I'm 100%? Of course not, because there's always going to be that opportunity to grow. But yes, I have dabbled into TikTok ads. Yes, I have dabbled into Google ads. But the main king right now is definitely still going to be Facebook ads. And you just have to stay up to date with the updates like iOS 14 and what you need to be doing to track your data more efficiently. But I mean, we still have students making over 6-7 figures with their brands. We are still doing that here at Supreme Ecom, and myself still scaling 6 and 7 figure brands. So it honestly just comes down to being the best at one thing first and then moving along the way to other platforms. But like I said, Facebook is definitely still king.
Yeah, that's awesome. And actually that sparked a question that I was curious about. Paint that picture for the audience, which is, what does that journey look like to where they can get their own brand? So like, say for the person that's just starting, what are those levels that they would go through in that journey?
Definitely. So there's multiple levels in dropshipping that always is taking you into a next step of longevity. So basically, like, the first step of dropshipping is just by finding a product, maybe fulfilling the orders with Oberlo or fulfilling the orders with AliExpress. Maybe you're getting around 20 to 30 day shipping. You actually get some orders behind you, and then you start moving to the next step. And the next step is getting a private supplier. So once you get a private supplier, which everybody in my one-on-one mentorship as well as my blueprint course get access to my private supplier, typically these people are giving you like 5 to 10 day shipping. They automate your tracking, they automate your fulfillment, and they are typically getting cheaper cost of goods than like these fulfillment centers like AliExpress. So that's like the second step. The third step is basically putting yourself in a position to now create an e-commerce brand. What this e-commerce brand is, what I do personally is, once I hit around $100,000 to $200,000 in revenue off of my dropshipping store, I will then reinvest my profits into creating an e-commerce one product or niche focused brand. And then I'm literally just basically sending the supplier or all my inventory to the United States. And now the only thing that's the biggest difference is I'm now getting 3 to 5 day delivery. Then the next step after that is white labeling or private labeling. That's when you're adding your logo or adding tags to your product. And then that is kind of like the longevity, the last step of what we want to get to. And that's kind of the direction of what we're getting into, as well as in 2022 and all the brands, as well as what I'm doing in my dropshipping stores and transitioning them into it.
Oh man, that's great. That laid it out. So like I say, for the audience listening, that's the part you want to re-listen to over again to see that there's different levels going through there. But even just to take a step back, let's even talk about the supplier journey. So what does that look like? So say from somebody who's testing a product, they found out that they got a winner, and then what's the next step that they should be taking?
Definitely. So you can find any type of great private suppliers. You can find them on AliExpress. You can find them on Upwork. You can find them on Alibaba. Basically, what these individuals are going to do, that once you do find a winning product, is you go ahead and just message these people. Message them. It's a very easy process on multiple of these platforms, and just say, hey, what is your minimum order count that I can start working with you? Typically, it'll probably be around 20 to 30 orders a day. And then you basically can do another thing where you say, okay, well, if I decide to work with you, go ahead and send me a couple invoices to the products that you are, or to the products that you already are fulfilling for other customers. So you can ask right now if you can see the delivery time. So with this, you can see the delivery time and the processing time of all these products to know if the supplier is going to be a good fit for you or not. And the second thing that you can do is actually find even more products, because they're going to show you products that they're selling right now, other people are selling right now. So it's just another way to do product research. But all you're going to do is literally just ask these people for invoices, see what the delivery and processing time is, pick your private supplier, and then just keep it moving.
One of the things that I wanted to bring up here, and this is what's good for those that are catching us live right now. I'm going to share my screen here. And so we got your YouTube channel. And actually, that's what's happened over the past year and a half.
Too.
Your YouTube is blowing up, man, for sure. But hey, you deserve it because you've been dropping consistently value week after week.
I never missed a week still. I still have never missed a week.
That is awesome, man. And it shows, man. So, talk about your YouTube journey first, and then we'll dive into, some of the hot videos that are popping off.
Definitely. So the YouTube journey, I'm just letting you know, everybody who's watching this, if you want to get into YouTube, literally just try it. Just do it. Like, you'll never know what you can accomplish until you actually start it. I started January 2020. So January 2020, I dropped my first video on like January 4th. It probably only had around 20 views on it. Like, let's be honest. But now we're fast forward. We're in December 2021. I'm around like 73,000 subscribers. I have videos that are going viral. Honestly, it's been great to see. I mean, the consistency, learning about the YouTube algorithm, providing that free value to you guys is just something that really warms up my heart and continues to keep me going every week. I get to see so many of you guys join me and my family here at Supreme Ecom and take some value and learn something every week. And honestly, I think that's what has been a direct reflection of the growth. And honestly, just being somebody who, others can invest in people who are doing exactly what you want to do in this world. I'm constantly showing case studies of my products, constantly showing case studies of what I'm scaling, and just going into in-depth of my ads and showing you guys, like, this is what I'm doing every single day. So it's very easy for me to talk about it and give the value that you are looking for. So honestly, it's been a great journey with YouTube, and it's only the beginning.
That's killer, man. And even with some of the hot videos, like I noticed one that really pops off, month to month, is that top 10 products list. Yeah. And so give a little background on that. And are they real products? Like, are they real products that you research?
Definitely. So I actually am dropping that this Friday. So if you guys are watching, I'm dropping the top 10 winning products of January 2022 Q1. And how I find these products is basically either I'm currently selling or scaling them, my students are currently selling or scaling them, or they're trending in the market. And I'm doing extensive product research and product validation using methods like AliExpress, AdSpy, Ecom Hunt, Google Trends, and doing more market research to know that this is actually going to basically work right now. So all these products, I'm giving you guys the Facebook advertisement. I'm giving you guys the AliExpress link, profit margins, ad copies, headlines. I'm giving you guys the profit margins, 5 interested tests. I'm giving you everything that you need to do to start selling these products today. And you guys should be on the lookout for this Friday. I can't wait to continue to keep dropping this value. But yeah, it's one of my biggest videos on my channel every month.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I like this comment here, king of self promo, and but he's honest. So you know what? I mean, that's what you got to do when you're in business, right? I mean, you're always, selling yourself, and I think you deserve a lot of the credit. Like, you've been doing this consistently, dropping value, and actually that kind of raises the question. And I was thinking about this as well. It's like, what's your motivation behind it? So even to give some context, like, not many people know about this. Like, I started working with a life coach maybe since about the summer, and it really got me to reflect on a lot of things, a lot of my why, things that are really important in life. So I wanted to find out more about you. So, like, you've been delivering a lot, but what's been the motivation behind it?
Well, I definitely agree with you when it comes to knowing your why. I mean, that is absolutely huge. For everybody who even joins my mentorship, I literally ask them what their why is before they even join to know if they're going to continue to keep dedicated and continue to keep moving forward with their success and their growth plans. But my why for me personally, is honestly just creating generational wealth. I talked about it for years with you guys, is creating generational wealth. And now I get the opportunity. I do have my baby boy. I have a son on the way coming in April 16th. So now the generational wealth is for sure like fully activated. Like I'm putting my all into, giving my kid the next better life than I had. And now it's really driven season, man. So that is definitely my why, is just creating generational wealth.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I did catch that, and congratulations. So you already know the gender is going to be a boy,
Yeah,
huh?
man. Baby boy. His name's going to be Saint
Saint?
Hampton. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's awesome. Congratulations, man,
Hey,
for
thank
sure.
you.
Yeah, I have two boys that are now like 16 and 18. They're coming towards the end of the high school, but the cool thing about it, like right now they're now interested in doing the business. So I would help them in
Amazing.
the past, and we sit around the dinner table, talk about what products are popping up, but it was more about me driving it for them. But the thing, now that they're maturing, getting over 16, they're interested in the business now, and that's just kind of a great feeling that I've been happy about. So I was just like, wow, this is great stuff, and I'm pretty sure. But you're gonna see them grow, man. Time flies.
Time
Time flies
flies,
by.
man.
Sure.
The first time talking to you in my little 1-bedroom apartment, like all the way
Oh,
now, having a kid, having my own office, like it's just been crazy.
awesome, man. Yeah, this is great stuff for sure. So, as it relates to that journey, what do you see going on in the future now? So, if somebody's going to be starting up next year, what are some of the things that they should be focusing on in 2022 in drop shipping?
Definitely. I mean, there's a lot of changes. As you guys know, one of the biggest changes in 2021 was just iOS 14 and how well you could track your data. So there's basically some big changes with that we've already discovered and have figured out here at Supreme Ecom. I can actually dive deep into it if you guys are wanting some more understanding with that. But that is honestly just one. Another thing is just product validation, knowing what products are actually working in the market and knowing how to continue to keep the trend going every single year. Another big tip that I'm going to give out to you guys that you guys can focus on in 2022 is creating a product calendar. Every single year, the same products are going off. Every single year, the same niches spike up in the same months every year. So just knowing how to take full advantage of these, especially in 2 to 3 months in advance, is something that's been huge and something I'm focusing on in 2022, but really just wiping out your competition. Drop shipping isn't just stealing other people's competitors' ads anymore, but it's actually knowing how to wipe out your competition by having better creatives and knowing what to do with it when you start advertising. So product validation, knowing how to track your ads, knowing how to wipe out your competition by having better winning creatives, and knowing how to really put yourself in a position to actually start being your own boss in 2022. Those are all things that we're continuously working on.
That's awesome, man. All of that is actually killer information. And one of the things that I caught there, which I really like, is that product catalog thing. So I was wondering if you could dive a little bit deeper on that, and what should people be thinking as they go month to month into seasons to seasons?
Definitely. So, like, you just have to treat yourself like you were any really big brand out here. Like, for example, right? One thing that was going crazy for me, one product that I sold and massively scaled to over 100K in literally less than 2 months was an American flag blanket. And why this worked is because I knew that 9/11 was coming up. And I knew that in July and I knew in August, everybody was going to be a part of that trend, making sure that they could have American flags, something in their house. Next example of this is like, okay, you go down the street and you see Spirit Halloween. You see Spirit Halloween coming up in June. You start seeing these things pop up in July. Well, if they're starting to pop up, what makes you think that you shouldn't start popping up? So you can start actually selling these Halloween products like 3 months in advance and start really taking off with the trend. And little things like this is how you stay like just afloat and above your competition and knowing how to continue to stay with the trends. Like, There's so many great products out there. There's so many great niches, but it's always just being that step ahead, and having a product catalog or product calendar is something that can really help you guys out with that.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's really great for sure. And what's a good tool? Like I know that I would leverage Google Trends to really pick up on what are those seasonal things. And I've done it in previous, videos and stuff like that. But maybe talk about that. What's the research to kind of identify what products fall at what time period?
Yeah, so Google Trends work really well. Obviously, Ad Spy works really well. If you guys haven't heard of SEM Rush, that also works really well. Like if you have
Yeah.
the SEM Rush Google Chrome extension on your website and you guys literally go to Spirit Halloween, it will show you their traffic sources through the whole year. And you can literally see their traffic starts rising up in June. So right away, I just knew that it was going to rise up in June. You type in Spirit Halloween on Google Trends, you see it rising up in June, you know to start selling that in June. But honestly, just those two metrics, Ad Spy works really well still. Ecom Hunt definitely works well. And just any type of just organic Facebook traffic and treating yourself like a customer. For example, like I literally have transformed my entire Facebook page to basically being all advertisements. So now I just see all advertisements every single day. So it just makes it easier for me to see what's working in the market.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So for the audience listening, you can see what Alex is doing and just like, picking up on it, a lot of the research. So with that, how do you break down your day? Like what are you focusing on throughout the day? Like balancing all the aspects of the business.
Definitely. Well, one thing I want to say is thank you, God, for Google Calendar. Like Google Calendar is huge for me. I mean, like I literally have my days broken up by the hour, like every single day, Sunday through
Wow.
Sunday. So it does really help keeping me organized. I think even just for myself in 2021, keeping myself organized was something I was really focused on, really trying to put a time into. But at the end of the day, I know what I need to, go into, but I don't want to be, like I said, 80% good at everything. So if I'm dedicating this 1 hour to product research, that means the door is locked. No one come find me. No one come look for me. This hour is towards product research right now. Maybe the next hour is setting up the Shopify store, but it's just breaking it down into an actual like a time that you can actually put into it, a honest time to yourself that you know is going to take, and actually just executing the plan. So honestly, Google Calendar has been my best friend in 2021.
Oh, that's awesome. And you know what? Even speak to that. Like, what do you still do in your business today that you're hands-on with? What have you delegated off, with your team?
Yeah, so definitely. So like I said, I am scaling up 4 e-commerce brands right now. So those are already basically just running by myself. They don't really require product research. They're already running. The products are already working. They've been working for months. Now in my dropshipping store, I basically kind of just do the same stuff as before. Last time we talked, I have a VA I have 2 VAs, and they do help me out with my customer service. They do help me out with comments on my Facebook ads, comments on my Instagram ads. They reply back to people who message the messenger. They reply back to people who email. They reply back to chargebacks. But basically, the product research and product validation, that's still me. It's just something I really enjoy doing. I like looking over the market. I like seeing what's currently working and building the product page. I do have one of my VAs doing that for me. But when it comes down to finding the product, when it comes down to scaling the product, running the ads, that's still me all day.
That's awesome.
That's still my thing, man. It's just like I want to be in control of my destiny, and I can always get help with creating the product page. I can always get help with doing customer service. But if there's anybody I trust with running some money up on some ads, it's gonna be me every time.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm glad that you touched on that, because I know that there's a lot of people that are looking to get started and they're like quick to want to find somebody on Fiverr and outsource before they even mastered the skill yet. So what do you think about, learning, mastering the skill and before like trying to delegate it off?
Man, I definitely think it's very important. Like I have even people come into my mentorship and it'll be like maybe the first time they've ever built a store and they're like, should I go into Fiverr and have someone build my store? And I'm like, well, you got to think about it. Like if you don't do it now, and then I'm not here to help you maybe in 6 months, in a year, and you have to do it again, you're going to feel stuck. I want you to feel confident knowing how to run this business by yourself, even without me. So one thing that I just think is critical is just putting yourself in a position to learn every single thing. That you maybe not be the best. Like for me, I'm 100% not the best at customer service. I'll be completely honest. Like, But I understood that once I was doing it, I wasn't the best. And then I outsourced it, not just didn't try in the first place and then outsourced it. I realized that wasn't my strongest point. My strongest point was running ads. So I just outsourced that. But at the end of the day, I still did it by myself. And I always tell these people the story, like the last year or 2019. Yeah, it was 2019 when I did the 1.8 million in 7 months. That video, that advertisement had over 42,000 comments. I replied back to every single one myself. I replied back to every email myself. I told myself the whole first year I was going to do it myself so that I could outsource it and actually train this professional how to do it at the same standards that I have for myself. So, it just made it a lot easier with doing it myself first and then outsourcing after I felt comfortable with doing it.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. I'm glad you shared that journey through there so that the audience can hear, the actual work that you put behind it. And then that's probably at the same time while you're building your YouTube channel as well and delivering content. So like, what does that look like, structuring, your day between like your business and your content and what does that look like?
Definitely. So I have outsourced YouTube. Like, let's be honest about that. I do not edit videos anymore. I do not edit videos anymore. I don't do anything like that. Basically, like I could turn my camera around, but it might mess up the audio. But there's like a light here, there's like a light here, and there's a camera right there. It just sits up. So every day, I'm basically just writing out my scripts. I just record it and then I just send it off to my editor. My editor just like chops everything up, adds the pop-ups, makes it actually fun and trending and actually enjoyable with watching. And then I just upload it right back. So I might spend, only a couple hours recording the video, but he's spending majority of that time actually editing and chopping everything up. So just, I knew I wasn't good at editing. So I made sure I was going to give that out to somebody who was professional. Same way I treat my dropshipping business.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, that's the coolest thing about it. So like I said, everyone will find, their sweet spot, what they want to focus on, and then stuff that you at least know that you can delegate because you want to put your time somewhere else. And video editing is one. That actually even brings up a question I think people were asking, about that, which is like, what are some of those things that you would recommend for people to begin to delegate? What are some of those first VA delegations they should do?
Well, definitely the first of the first is going to be somebody who can actually create you strong creatives like that. If you're drop shipping or you're running an e-commerce business, you have to have somebody who creates an advertisement for you. Like I try telling people, I'm no personal videographer or I'm no personal like video editor. I'll be honest, I don't have really much experience doing that. But I do understand that there's professionals out there that do. So I actually work hand in hand with viral ecom ads. And everybody who's watching, you guys can use the code Supreme20 to get 20% off every order that you have with them. But that's what I use. So that's like the first of the first is making sure that you can outsource your creatives because, again, like I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, the number one way for you to wipe out your competition is by having a better advertisement. So just for everybody who's trying to drop ship in 2022, that's going to be your first step. After finding a winning product, you can't win without a winning creative. So outsourcing that to a professional like viral ecom ads, or sometimes I use dropship media as well. It really just puts yourself in a position to start actually gaining that competitive advantage right away. So that would be definitely number one. Number two would just be customer service. So I did see a comment in here saying, how can I find a VA? You can actually find a VA for customer service on Upwork or on Fiverr. These people you can hire from like the Philippines or like $2 or $3 an hour. But again, I don't recommend doing that until you actually have some profit to dedicate towards that. So definitely the first is going to be outsourcing your advertisements.
Yeah. No, that's great stuff for sure. And you know what? Let's dive a little bit deeper as far as beating out your competition, because I definitely agree with that. And, because a lot of people think that they're just in the business of selling products. And if you're just selling products, then your only leverage is to compete on price. And I see far too often, like there's eBayers or people living on Amazon that they're in that race to the bottom. They're lowering the price because they're competing on price. But there's other things that you can do to really beat the competition. So I was curious about all your tactics related to that.
Yeah, definitely. So like I said, one of them is going to be 100% just having a better advertisement. You have to understand that Facebook is a bidding war. With being a bidding war, you are bidding against a space or against an interest or against just some people who are actually interested in your product. They are going to see your competition stuff and your stuff. So you are bidding against that space. And the best way to win a bid, which will be a direct reflection of lowering your cost per click, increasing your click-through rate, all of these metrics that you need to have with a winning video, is going to be a direct reflection with having that winning creative. Now, another thing for you to wipe out your competition is by just having a better landing page. Like, a lot of people sleep on this. Like, they'll come and try to put all this effort into running ads, and then they'll drive traffic to their website. And then people will come and be like, what the hell is this? Like, is this website real? Is this website scammy? Like, you want to look like a professional, clean, shopper-friendly website, shopper-friendly landing page, and having a better creative and having a better landing page for them to come to is definitely going to be the two things that you need to focus on.
Oh, that's great stuff, man. No, I'm loving it for sure. And yeah, we got some questions coming in. Let's see if we can pull a few up and maybe address. So how do you conduct a thorough market research? And he said via competitors' product audience.
Man, I'll give you guys the rundown. For everybody who's watching this, record this, screen record this, come back to this, do what you need to, because I'll drop the sauce and give that value, because, you know, it's the third special appearance on Tech Money Talks, so I have to give it, I have to give it. But just so you guys know, there's basically going to be a couple of different steps when it first comes off, when it first starts. So the first is you're going to look for a winning creative. A winning creative is going to have at least 500 comments, 500 shares minimum, and you start seeing some progression that it's actually getting some great engagement. When you actually go ahead and see that it has some great engagement on the front end, you'll go ahead and watch the video. When you watch the video, you'll ask yourself 3 questions. 1, does this solve a problem? 2, does this have a wow factor? And 3, can this be found at any local Walmart, Target, or any local store? Because if they can go drive up the street and get it, they probably won't go and buy it from you. The next thing you want to do is you want to click on the newest when it comes to the comment section on the advertisement and see if there's actually comments on it today. Remember, when we're dropshipping, when we're trying to run e-commerce brands, the easiest way to get started and get started profitable is by putting yourself in a position to not reinvent the wheel. So you want to see if this is actually working today, it can actually work for me. After that, you want to go to the competitor website. You want to make sure that they're selling this item for no less than $25 to $30. We don't sell cheap products out here in 2022 anymore. We need around $25 to $30 minimum that I'm selling this product for. Then after that, you want to make sure you're getting at least a 2.5 margin on the product that you're selling. So if your selling price is $25 and you go source the cost of goods from AliExpress, you can't go over $10, because 10 times 2.5 is 25, and you need that 2.5% margin. You also want to be using Google Trends. See if it's upward trending in the last 90 days. See if you can see the trend within the last 5 years to see if you're at the beginning of it or if you're at the end of it. And then using Amazon to go ahead and check out the quality of the product. That could be another step that you guys can take as well. But that is some huge tips that you guys can use for some product research and product validation.
That's huge, man. I got to clap for that one for sure. Like, this is definitely this is going to be a standalone clip on its own that'll go out there. That's huge value. And you just laid it out for sure. You know, it actually raises a question, which, and I see this as well. You know, success leaves clues, and, you know, say even with the students that you're helping, what's been the common factor of reasons why people do have success in drop shipping and those that don't?
Well, definitely. So like the people who I am helping, I think that a huge part of success just comes down to investing in people who are doing exactly what you want to do in this world. It's easy to teach somebody something that you might have experience or results doing one time, but it's even easier to teach somebody when you're doing it every single day. So like when we are having problems tracking our data, the people in our mentorship, you know, we're struggling with tracking their data too. So we were able to find a solution for them. When it came down to a lot of products and not knowing how to take full advantage of Q4, we taught them exactly how to take advantage of the most profitable season, Q4. So I think success does come down to investing, especially in just people around you who are actually striving for greatness and doing the same thing, or just being around like-minded individuals. I think that's something that I struggle with very heavily when I first started off. And I think I even mentioned it in one of these podcasts is I didn't know anybody who was doing what I was doing. Like there was 2 years that I didn't know a single soul. I can walk out this door right now and I have 15 people who are all creating brands with, we're all drop shipping with, and we're continuously working around every single day. So I think success comes down to obviously being around people who are doing what you want to do and staying consistent every day and staying motivated through the lows. Like if you expect to come into this business and it's going to be a get rich quick scheme, or you expect to come into this business and it's going to be, you know, a millionaire Lamborghini overnight, it's not going to happen. So having like real expectations coming into it at the same time of knowing that when you are at your lowest or maybe things aren't working, that if you stay consistent, great things are going to come from it. So I think those are definitely some key factors for success with dropshipping.
Yeah, no, that's great, man, for sure. And what do you do personally to keep yourself motivated, or like to even get you through if you're feeling any low points? I'm curious about
Man,
that.
definitely. Well, I like to work out still, you know, healthy body, healthy mind, you know, like
Yeah.
sometimes you just need a break. Like sometimes you need to just
Yeah.
go work out, maybe go on a run. That's really big for me. Obviously, what I put in my body is huge for me. It keeps me like, you know, I only eat maybe one cooked meal a day. You know, most of the time I'm just eating like smoothies throughout the day so that I don't lose my energy, so I don't lose, you know, the effort I can put in, or I don't feel slouched from maybe eating like red meat throughout the day. But yeah, I mean, just really what keeps me going is obviously knowing my why, like I said, creating generational wealth and just taking care of my body, mind, and soul. Because, and I pray like 3 times a day too. All these things
That's
and all these
awesome.
different factors just continue to keep me moving, and I know what I'm working towards every day.
Yeah. No, that shows, man, for sure. And so hopefully the audience you're catching that, because there's a lot of subtle things that he's mentioning as he's running his business, and things that are happening consistently. So like you like what is your how far out is your calendar? You know what you're doing like the next day or throughout the week? Like how far in advance are you planning out what you got going on?
To be honest, it's like 6 months, bro. It's like 6 months out, like, for real, it really is. Like, I know exactly what I'm doing every day when I come into this office. If I don't feel like coming into this office and I feel like traveling or doing whatever I wanna do, I mean, I
Yeah.
still have a set schedule. So it's like, even if I wanna go
Yeah.
on vacation with my girl, or maybe I wanna go snowboarding with my friends, like, doesn't matter what I'm doing because I already have a set schedule in place. Just need to accomplish what needs to get done and then continue to keep doing and enjoying, you know, the little things in life. So, yeah, it's like 6 months out.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man, for sure. So hopefully the audience is catching that thorough planning, knowing your why, having a mission, and then just kind of breaking it down. And like you said, body, spirit, mind is just like all those things together. And he's got a routine, that's going, on a daily basis, and he's working and he's running at optimal level. So like, yeah, I could totally get all of those things that you're throwing out there for sure. One of the things that has me curious is let's see here. I was just looking up that video. I'm now looking at your YouTube channel. So one second here.
That video is going crazy right there. That 2022 dropshipping for beginners. If you scroll down, or if you look at that video all the way down to your left, all the
Yeah.
way to the left side, right there,
Yeah.
go to the left. It's going crazy though. If you go down 2 rows,
Okay.
right there. Oh, you just
Yeah.
went. It's going go up one. That video
There
right
we
there is
go.
going crazy on my channel, man. It's at like 87,000 in like 4 weeks. You know, I'm definitely very blessed and appreciate all you guys for showing love on that. But man,
Yeah.
it's nothing going crazy.
Yeah. So talk about this one then. What's the story behind this one and what's popping up? I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I'll stop it there.
Well, it's actually definitely very interesting. And I treat my YouTube the same way I treat dropshipping, right? I told
Uh-huh.
you guys that you need to have a product calendar, know what's working every single year. Well, I knew that I dropped this video last year on my YouTube, how to start dropshipping in Shopify in 2021. It actually did very well on my channel. I dropped this video on the exact same day, the whole entire next year. because I just knew what to expect on the time of what people are looking for. So this video is actually doing very well. Like I mentioned on my channel, it's teaching people, like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you click on the video right here and then you go to the very end, you'll see how long I was recording this video. Like it looks dark outside. Like it literally looks dark outside. So I was recording this video for 6 hours this day. For 6 hours, I was recording this video, just going through absolutely everything from how to build the entire store to how to find your product. Every single thing that you need to know to start dropshipping in 2022. I dropped this, just about a couple weeks ago. But yeah, this video is really, really intense. A lot of value inside of it. And I'm truly blessed that you guys showed the love that you guys did on it. And I just want to appreciate all you guys for watching.
Yeah, that's awesome, man, for sure. And, those are the patterns that are sticking out. It seems like there's a lot of people looking for what are the hot products, what are still the how-tos, and this is that constant, theme that people are looking for. Another thing that I was curious about is like you have a meetup that's coming up, right?
Yes, sir. I have a meetup coming this Sunday, January 2nd, out here in Dallas, Texas. Free meetup, bro. Completely free.
Is there going to be a virtual component? Is it only like in person?
So this one will not be virtual. My conferences that I do have, they're always live streaming as well as in person. I will be having a conference coming up probably around April this upcoming year. We just had a conference this past month that went absolutely crazy. But no, this one will not be live streamed, but we've already been advertising this for like 2 weeks. We have like 140 people who are coming right now. So I'm super excited to see you guys, meet you guys, give that value. And again, it's for absolutely free, January 2nd. And if you guys want more information, you can go ahead and reach out to me on Instagram at AC_Hampton. But yeah, this is January 2nd, this Sunday. And man, I cannot wait to meet you guys.
Yeah, we'll drop a link in the show notes for sure. So anybody near Dallas, right?
Yes, sir, Neil. I mean, we looked at the tickets. There's like 60 tickets who are not from Dallas. So I'm actually very excited about that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we like in the past, I would say it was pre-COVID, I was doing those Chicago meetups in a similar fashion. And it was just a great thing to get people together, all like-minded individuals, and people came from out of state to join us. We were doing that on a monthly basis, and it's great. So I think that's a great thing that you're starting up, and hopefully it can continue safely, throughout there as things continue. Maybe that'll inspire me to pick things up again, to do more things in person. So with the office that you have, so tell me about the office that you're working from. What's the purpose of that?
Yeah, definitely. So one thing that I like to do is make sure that, one, there's a good environment to work in. I can stay proactive working at home, but I do even better working at the office. So we did just get the new Supreme Ecom headquarters. We got this in October. It has like 17,000 square feet. It's like right in the middle of downtown Dallas. And it has like, 12, 13 offices inside of it. But something that's really huge for me is, getting on these consulting calls with you guys. People always say like, you're working with myself and my team. And with that being said, all of us are on calls together. All of us are in the same office. All of us have meetings every week, every single day to stay the most up to date with all the strategies that are changing in dropshipping. I knew that I wanted to continue to improve the quality of my mentorship. And with doing that, I had to make sure everybody was in the same office so that we could all take action with each other every day and continue to grow with each other every single day and help you guys grow at the same time. So that was a big incentive for me to go ahead and get this office. Now all of us get to work with each other side by side, give you guys value every single week, every single day, and, continue to surround ourselves with like-minded individuals. I mean, the motivation in here is crazy, and I'm just super blessed to have it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And, and I caught on to that. Like, I mean, you built a whole team around it, and now you got the office to support it. And what are things coming down the road? Are you continuing the mentorship? And did I hear like a course that you have launching?
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, one thing I want to say is all you guys, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. The last time I was on Tech Money Talks, I didn't have one employee. I didn't have one person. I did every single thing myself. And now there's so many of us really striving for greatness together. But some things that are continuously growing for 2022 is our mentorship. We're, really taking on about 8 to 10 people a month, really providing that quality to really help them create another passive sustainable income with dropshipping. We're coming out with a Blueprint course 2.0. So if you guys are in my Supreme Ecom Blueprint course, you will get this for free to upgrade to the next one. But the 2.0 does come out on January 1st this year. I'm super excited with that. All the way up to date strategies, how to overcome iOS 14, how to track your data better, how new scaling strategies, knowing how to take advantage of everything from running this business, like I said, from A through Z. And then also we are developing the Supreme Ecom Agency, where we do work with businesses hand in hand. We have been taking on some clients. We started and launched this in August 2021, where we are now working B2B. So working as a business to business and really teaching these people, not even teaching, but running ads for these businesses, running, SEO for these businesses, running Google ads for these businesses, running organic traffic, growing their social media pages, everything in between. That's something that we'll be focusing on in 2022, is not just taking individuals just for the one-on-one mentorship, but also growing as an agency for other businesses. But also the Blueprint 2.0, long overdue, is officially coming out January 1st. So I hope you guys are really excited for that.
That's cool. And how do they find out more about that launch? Is there a website?
So I will be giving, sorry about that. But I will be giving out some special discounts for that Blueprint 2.0. Again, you have to be following me on Instagram at AC_Hampton. I will be announcing everything for you guys and going ahead and giving out some great discounts to go ahead and get you started. Again, that is going to be this Saturday, January 1st. And I hope that you guys take full advantage of that and stay up to date with my Instagram.
Yeah. And your Instagram tag is AC_Hampton.
Yes,
so,
sir.
So go check them out on Instagram. And so like I said, I'm not an affiliate of Alex or, things that they're promoting. But the thing that I do is try to steer people to, like I said, people that have been keeping it real and having consistent growth. And AC has been doing this consistently over the past few years and growing. And just like he described, he started as a solopreneur and now has a team and an office and just growing even faster. It's just an amazing thing. I mean, American success story, for sure, right in front of us. And while he still has time to be able to mentor, I'd say get plugged in as best as you can, because, the opportunity is now. What do you think about that? As far as like the drop shipping opportunity to get plugged in, should people wait on it if they're still on the fence, or, what do you think?
Well, you couldn't have said it any better than I could. The time is now. Literally last year alone, we generated over $6 trillion in just all of the e-commerce space alone. This has now been the fastest growing industry in the world compared to every other industry, literally across the entire nation and across all other nations. I mean, the time is now. Really, with, the new COVID variant coming back out, you don't know if, you're going to be working from home, if you're going to have a job or not, if they're going to let people off. The time to create a sustainable passive income, you have to think about it, guys. Like, there's 4.5 billion people on Facebook and 6.5 billion people in the world. You are getting to tap into 2/3 of the entire world with your marketing, your advertising, and this is just an industry that's going to continue to grow. And I'm just I was just telling my friend about this the other day. Like, I'm so blessed that I got into this when I did, because I'm very, very happy to see the growth that it's had over the years. And like, this is only the beginning. Like, only the beginning, and it's just truly a blessing. So like he said, Brian, the time is now. So if you guys are looking to get started with e-commerce, don't wait another year. Don't wait to go do it when you feel like you're comfortable doing it. Put yourself in a position of being uncomfortable. Put yourself in a position to invest in yourself, and you will reap the benefits, and you won't regret it. So this is definitely the time to get started.
That's awesome, brother. Man, well, this is great stuff. And I tell you, I feel like we could be talking for hours on this thing, but I want to be respectful of your time as well. So I'm going to be sure, I'll collect the links and be sure to direct people how they could find about the event and the upcoming course and so on. But I want to give you a chance to leave some closing remarks with the audience. So I'll let you take it away.
Well, like I said, everybody, understand what your why is. understand what you're driving yourself to be motivated and consistent with every single day. And you can truly never fail if you invest in yourself. Never forget that. There's always going to be people out here that are going to want to see you succeed. And there's going to be people out here that are going to want to drag you down. And you just have to go ahead and decipher between the two. But I can't wait to continue to help you guys out, seeing you guys succeed and creating a sustainable passive income with e-commerce. If you guys need any additional help from me, you guys can go ahead and DM me Tech Money Talks on my Instagram at AC_Hampton. I'll know that you watched this live, and I'll go ahead and provide as much value as I can to anything that you're feeling stuck over and continue to give, some solutions to problems you guys are having. So I just want to really appreciate you, Brian, for bringing me back on this show. I really want to appreciate everybody who's watching, and I can't wait to go ahead and roll out 2022 together.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, no, it's great stuff. Glad to have you on the podcast, man, and we'll stay in touch.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you guys again.
All right. So now that's the end of the actual clip. For those that are catching us live, we're still behind the scenes right now. But just wrapping up, some real value for sure, brother. Man, this is really great. And I'm just going to spin through the comments to see if there was any good questions that's worth pulling up here. And let's see. Who do we got here? I'm just going to quickly check. Are there any? About to start mine. Are there any other Shopify content creators like y'all? Yeah, there's a bunch, right? There's but the thing to be careful of is I guess following the wrong people. So some of the things like there's a lot of people out there, but there's a lot of you could be following the wrong person. What are your thoughts on that?
You could definitely be following the wrong person. I will not lie. Like, just to give you guys more, understanding is, I'm only saying that because I did it myself. Like, I went the wrong direction when I first started off. I thought I was going into a position where I was going to have all this help and join this one-on-one mentorship. And it was like 40 people on my first call. I mean, you just got to decipher through the real people and who's not. But I mean, that just comes down to, really understanding if these people will talk to you, if they're going to ask you questions, if they actually sound like a real human being, like if it's actually that person you're talking to. So, I mean, there's always going to be, some fake, there's always going to be some real, but you kind of just have to take that, that effort into knowing who's going to be that person.
Yeah. No, for sure, man. And it's part of the reason why, starting the podcast, I try to highlight the people that have been keeping it real. Like yourself and others. And, but it's tough when I see, somebody that gets caught up with a scammer or something like that. It's a tough thing. You got to do your homework and you just got to, look at the results. And that's why I said, AC's been transparent about his things. Like if you just take a look at his videos, he's transparent about it and has been consistent, over the past few years. So that's great. There's got to be fruit on the tree.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've heard, bro, like 30% of the people who actually join my mentorship are from other people's mentorships. Like it's actually really, really crazy to see, but it just shows you how to kind of decipher through who's real and who's not, like you said. But yeah, definitely, reap the benefits.
Yeah, this person asks, how much do you typically spend on ads?
Yeah, so it kind of just differentiates every single day because I always spend basically based off of my profitability. So if I hit $1,000 profit today, I'm investing 60 to 70% the next day. If I do $2,000 profit today, I'm still putting around 60, 70%, but I always base what I'm spending based off of reinvesting my profits. So it always just comes down to what I'm making on a profit on a day-to-day basis.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a really good tip. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we talked about that one.
The good one.
And I think we're good. Yeah. So I think for those that caught us live, you got a chance to get the questions out there, and you're going to be able to stay in touch and plug in for sure. And if things clear up, I'll try to make my way out there to Dallas.
Oh man, I hope you do.
Let me know if you pass through Chicago in the same fashion,
I told you I was going to come out there and visit you. That's still on the line. Don't think I won't.
Yeah, no, that'd be great, man, for sure. Let me know if we ever plan that. Hopefully things clear up, but hey, we just keep working, keep evolving, and we'll stay in touch for sure, man.
Hey, Brian.
All right, we're going to end
so much.
Yeah, thanks, brother. We're going to end the podcast here for the audience that are listening. we'll be in touch. Keep a lookout for the episode. And all right, so let me stop the broadcast.